Oh, let me tell you, this one is for the books today. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew. It might not look pretty, but it always tastes great. It's Liz's Ugly Bakery, and today it's all about Bluey.
It is a Bluey birthday cake for my granddaughter, Jasenia, turning 1 year old today. And so I decided, because I did order some characters like on Amazon, but I thought I'm going to try to make Bluey out of white chocolate. And so I had to color the white chocolate, all the colors of Bluey, and then I took a coloring book, took a page out of it, taped it to the granite in the kitchen, and then put another piece of parchment paper on top of it and traced Bluey in white chocolate.
And you know what? She actually did a pretty good job.
Yeah, you can tell it's not a professional, but I was proud.
She's not giving herself enough credit. Listen, if you see it on His Radio TV today, you'll see it now if you're watching live, but you'll see it on Apple TV, Roku. You can download the apps. We got the My HISRadio app or online at hisradio.com. It's quite amazing looking.
Thank you.
It is. So good job.
Thank you.
So if it usually doesn't look pretty but tastes great, did we do opposite today?
I hope not. And I will say, when I was trying to level out the cakes, you cut the top off, and I took a little taste of it. It's delicious.
The top of it, at least.
At least the top of it, yeah.
Is delicious.
Hopefully
Okay.
it's done.
So our producers, Ninja and Jake, have a hold of this cake. Mm-hmm. Oh, that rhymed. So would you, Jake, please give us your assessment of the Bluey cake?
It's vanilla on vanilla.
Okay. I think it is pretty darn tasty.
Oh, good.
My only thing
goodness.
is that the cake can be a little bit more moist. Other than that,
is it
pretty
dry?
Good. It's a little, just a teeny bit. However, it's still, it's blessing.
Okay, I'm not arguing.
It's still a blessing.
Is it dry or is it dense? It's still a blessing. It's dry.
Just tell the truth. Tell the truth.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
Get real.
It's not a bad thing.
Is
it's
it
just a little
dry?
bit dry. But that white chocolate Bluey, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. I'm tasting it to see if it's dry.
He let you down nicely.
He did.
So
Okay.
what do you say, Ninja?
I must say, the flavor of the sponge works perfectly with the vanilla flavors you put inside, but the texture would need a little bit more moisture. I do agree with Sir Jacob over here.
It's a Great British Baking Show
I know,
on His Radio.
I feel like I'm on a reality baking
awesome.
show right now. Is
Okay.
that really British Ugly Bakery Show or whatever you call it?
Great British Baking Show.
Did I just say the Ugly Bakery?
Yeah, Great British Ugly Bakery.
Hey,
We're now global.
You're welcome across the pond. I'll give it a bite.
Okay.
Is
Is it dry?
Well,
It's a little dry.
it's moist now.
Why?
It's in my mouth.
Oh, the saliva. I got you.
Yes.
Okay, so the moisture. Okay, I got to bump the moisture up for the party then.
Okay. Well, see, she practiced and rehearsed on us. She knows what she needs to do
need
for
something to
Saturday. Oh, see? Then she's eating her own cake.
Right.
She's saying how dry it is.
It's not that dry, but it is dry. I will concur.
It's not like exactly a sponge dry. I don't know if you even
No.
ever eat sponge, but
I've
it can
never-
get pretty dry.
Never eaten a sponge.
Yeah, you should try it sometime.
Huh, should I?
Liz's Ugly Bakery. It might not look pretty, but it tastes great. It's opposite day. Check it out. The
Hey,
blog
tastes
with a
good.
full recipe online, hisradio.com.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
It's really unusual what this lady uncovered. Melissa bought this home. She's flipping it. She goes into this one room. On the wall, literally on the wall, is roof shingles.
What?
It's not wallpaper. It's not paint. It's roof shingles.
They had Trading Spaces come in years ago and redo
Seems
'cause they
like it,
always
right?
were doing things like
Well,
that.
here's where the story uncovers. She starts pulling off the tiles or the shingles, and all of a sudden she sees, oh, there's baseball cards underneath this thing. She pulls them all off, 1,600 baseball cards from the 70s and 80s.
Like, what? Like,
Some
how?
classic stuff. They were glued on the wall. Every single one of them. Evidently, this is a kid's room.
Oh, my goodness.
So the owner still lived in that town. And so she called the owner's son because he passed away and said, hey, There's baseball cards. Do you want them? They couldn't. They were glued because as soon as you try to peel them off, they're like ruined.
Oh, my.
So they're not worth anything because they're damaged.
They're blue, yeah.
Yeah.
Not pristine.
But she's like, why? She goes, well, when I was a kid, I put them up on the wall because I liked them. My dad was pretty cool about it. And then when I grew up, I didn't want to see baseball cards anymore, so I put roof shingles over them because we couldn't paint.
Like, I have so many questions about this. Mom and Dad were okay with it.
Yeah.
I remember giving my kids stickers when they were like 3 or 4 years old, and they ended up all over the bed frame and all over the dresser. And so I see this kid, I mean, he doesn't have anybody to debunk his story that they were okay with it.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Here's the thing. In Cincinnati, kids have off of school on Monday. Mm-hmm. This Monday.
This coming Monday.
That would have been Super Bowl week.
Yeah.
You would have thought, okay, Super Bowl, boom. The kids are off of school on Monday because it's like a teacher week.
Yeah,
or a teacher planning day.
Teacher work day is generally that day after the Super Bowl, and I'm sure the calendar was in place, well, before the Super Bowl date, I guess?
Yeah, wow, you're smart.
I don't know. But
You don't even need school.
But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But don't they plan the Super Bowl out like the city and the dates like years in advance?
Oh, yeah, but they did something different.
Okay,
so
yeah.
here's the thing. There was like, the kids are like bummed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, we could have had the day off after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Didn't work out that way. So the school district got together and they gave them the day after the Super Bowl off too. So they got this Monday off and next Monday off.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? I say we get next Monday off and this Monday off too.
You know, there is always like a petition for the world, or at least this country, to have the day after the Super Bowl off, like a federal holiday. I don't see a federal holiday happening.
No.
But maybe you can talk somebody into at least coming in a little late.
Most people just call
So,
in
Rob?
sick.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Okay, I know how you can stand out at the next party. Super Bowl's coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know how you can stand out.
What?
This is great. You're going to love this hack. Actually, I'm going to talk about fashion. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on
A
his
hack
radio.
for fashion?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
yeah.
all in.
Because you can bring the snacks along with you and nobody will know that you have the party favor with you.
Oh, so you're like wearing a cape or a big coat.
How
or
about
something.
3 pounds of cheese, a lot of cheese?
I feel like I'm not a cheese person. That feels like an awful
It's
lot
a lot
of
of cheese.
Yeah.
Enough cheese to bring to a Super Bowl gathering.
Oh, yeah, you could feed a lot of people on 3 pounds cheese,
Okay,
I would think.
cheese pants. The pants are the color of cheddar cheese. The suit jacket's the color of cheddar cheese. And here's the thing. This is a real deal. And you can carry 3 pounds of cheese with you in specialized pockets.
It has pockets.
Specialized
Oh,
pockets.
my goodness, I'm seeing the picture. There's a fanny pack. A fanny pack to put your cheese in. But it's cargo pants, too, right?
Cargo pants have specialized pockets
Yeah.
in it to carry 3 pounds of cheddar cheese. It's wonderful. You're going to love this. This is great. You will stand up. Nobody will forget that you were present.
Oh, that is true.
At this Super Bowl party.
That is true.
Yeah, there's a place called Tillamook.com
Yeah.
that's selling this stuff.
They sell cheese. Like
You're kidding me.
No, I'm saying
I had no idea.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
There is a young man named Davon, and he works at a car dealership. And he's just working one day, and this couple comes in. Of course, they're looking for a car. He sells them a car, which is pretty cool. Made one of his first sales at his new job. And during that process, you know how long that takes. He tells them he's been in foster care. He had been in foster care his whole life. Now, Davon is like 20-something years old now, right? He tells them this. They go home. They have a conversation with each other. They go back to the dealership and they say, we want to adopt you. You've never had a family.
Really?
And that was in that conversation that they had. He said, I never had a family to go home to at the holidays. I never had a family that sent me birthday gifts or did anything. And he wasn't like complaining. It was just part of their conversation. And so they did. They adopted him into their family.
Last name and everything, huh?
Last name and everything.
That is amazing.
I don't know if he's hyphened it or whatever, but yeah. And now he says, I have a mom, I have a dad, I have siblings. They have me over at Thanksgiving. We celebrate birthdays. He hangs out. He did a whole Instagram post video about it.
Really?
Yeah, to say, and he's black, they're white, and he said, colors don't matter. We need to look past that They just saw a young man that needed love
That's
and a
so
family.
beautiful.
Oh, it makes me
Let
want to cry.
I'm an abandoned kid. I'm an orphan. I have no parents. I can't tell you what I'd give just to be able to call a dad and say, hey, Dad, I don't know what I'm doing here. Help me out.
Right.
And this guy's got that now.
He has that
That's so
now.
beautiful.
Yeah, a whole family. He never in his wildest dreams thought he would have the opportunity.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Let me tell you, it got real quick during Lizz's Ugly Bakery. Usually, if you don't know, Lizz's Ugly Bakery, 710 every Thursday. And she makes, stuff that looks but tastes amazing.
Well.
This morning, you say it. You
I
proclaim
do.
that. You
I
call
it
your own
Liz's Ugly
stuff
Bakery.
Pinterest fails.
I know, but to hear it from someone else, ugh.
It might not look pretty, but
heart.
it tastes great. That's basically, Liz's Ugly Bakery. Yeah. This morning, it looked amazing. Mm-hmm. And it turned into opposite day because what about the cake, Jake? He's one of our producers.
Yeah.
I thought it was great, but it could have used a little bit more moisture.
So, in other words, let me interpret for you. It was
great.
dry. That's what he said.
I'm just looking at you like
She said she put a hole in my head.
he just said it needed a little more moisture, and you took that and ran
You
with
said
it.
dry.
and
Well, I
went,
tried it.
It's dry. Oh, you thought it was dry as well.
Well, the part I ate,
Okay, well,
it looked wonderful, by the way.
It did.
The icing's amazing.
But see, I even tasted a little bit of the cake where I tried to level it off. Super moist. So I don't know why.
Level it off.
Well, if the cake has a little bit of a dome on top,
So
if
you get a
try
level?
to stack, yes,
For real?
for real.
Out of a...
There is a cake leveler. Yes.
I'm thinking the thing with a bubble in it.
And no, I don't go that far with it. But
Okay.
this actually does, yes, it levels it for you. But
Okay, so with the
yeah.
moisture problem,
yeah, Tammy texted and said, coconut flavoring adds moisture. I don't understand that. I don't know if it's coconut water or how flavoring
she
could
said
add.
what? Oil.
No, coconut
Just coconut.
flavoring.
Oh, flavoring.
Yeah, don't just throw a coconut on top. That's not going to help you.
Well, I'm thinking an oil. Don's here at 800-447-7234. What's up, Don?
You tell Miss Liz that she could go ahead and use applesauce or sour cream if she don't want to use mayonnaise.
There you go, applesauce.
I think I like that better. Applesauce. Isn't that the weirdest ingredient that keeps the integrity of the cake?
No, not until you try it.
And I take it that you bake a lot.
I do not a lot, but I do some.
What's your specialty?
Anyway, Angel Food French toast. Yeah, you take an Angel Food cake, you cut it up and dip it like you would do your French toast, and then you get a can of like strawberries, blueberries, cherries, heat that up, put that on there, and brown it on both sides, and it's really good.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I did not realize that inside Facebook Messenger, there is disappearing messages feature.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, you have to set it up to do
Right.
it, but it's there.
And that's because you want to send messages you don't want other people to know. But if somebody screenshots it, Facebook is now saying you're going to get an alert if somebody screenshots your message.
Snapchat does that now. They've done that
Oh,
for
they
a
send
long
you an
time.
alert?
Oh, yeah. You know when somebody snaps a picture of your Snapchat because Snapchat goes away too.
And I hate that. I do. As a parent, and that messages go away and pictures go away and all this stuff, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
So now, if you have that encrypted stuff where on Facebook Messenger you type a message and then it disappears, people could take a screenshot of that. Now, if you take a screenshot of that disappearing message before it disappears, it lets the person know, hey, they
Yeah.
just took a screenshot.
And why? Why would you? Like, I will screenshot things like events that I want to remember. And
But that's on Facebook.
Oh, exactly.
That's not on Messenger.
Not in Messenger.
Two different things.
So, why? Why do we need disappearing messages? And I'm playing, I'm trying to figure it out. I don't
What do
understand.
you have to hide?
And, well,
right?
is there ever a time where you want a disappearing, maybe you're planning a surprise birthday party,
Well, that would make sense then.
but it's in your messenger. So no one should be seeing that anyway. So here's my thing.
Unless somebody screenshots it and says,
Yeah.
hey, look,
yeah.
Liz is planning a surprise party for you. I don't want you to be act surprised,
Right.
okay? But just know it's coming.
Okay,
Don't
and
go
maybe,
out of town.
maybe I know spouses sometimes have the password to the other's phone, which there's no issue there. But maybe I could see that as a reason for planning the birthday parties, the surprises. But
But what else do you have to hide?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I can't Why do we need disappearing messages?
Look at Liz causing conviction.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So there's this one person that ordered at this one fast food joint. It's like, it's 14 minutes before closing, and they ordered. I'm thinking, oh no, because they're trying to close.
Right. Well, hopefully they had some of the food already
But it had to be
ready.
delivered too.
Delivered?
Yes.
Okay.
So that puts a whole extra layer on that whole
different
thing,
ballgame,
right?
yeah.
And it's not in the direction you're going home. Yeah, it's a totally different place. And so I like what they put on their order, because when they printed out the receipt to do the order as it's coming in 14 minutes before they close, it's not like they're walking in and walking out. This stuff has got to be delivered. It says on the receipt, "I'm sorry I'm ordering so late. I am very sick right now. And I just woke up, and I understand if you cancel because you're trying to close the store."
That is so nice.
That's like, hey, do it if you can. If you can't, that's all right.
Right. But I'm sick and I'm hungry.
So they went ahead and did it. So the person who was in charge that night was very touched, took care of the order themselves, and with kindness in return, out of their own time, they said, here's some free garlic bread, too.
They did.
Isn't that nice?
And garlic bread just makes you feel better anyway.
Later that night, that customer went on Google, gave them a 5-star review.
Yeah, they did.
I would.
Above and beyond.
Right?
Every single time.
It's so good.
When you're sick and you want mom or dad or your honey to bring you soup, chicken soup or something, it just makes you feel better, right? And if you wake up and you're sick and somebody's willing to go that extra mile to bring it to you, yeah.
My son was sick one day, and he wanted a certain kind of popsicle. I don't even remember what it was. Yeah. It took me 3 hours to find it at all these different stores, but we found it.
Because you love him.
Yeah.
And you went the extra mile to make sure he felt better.
No, it was about 10, 15 miles.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Okay. Ninja, our morning show producer. Who cuts your hair usually, Ninja?
My father.
Great.
Yeah.
Her dad cuts her hair.
Yeah.
Are you going to do your wedding hair?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't do updos.
How does he feel about that?
A little salty, to be honest. Not
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah.
just about the wedding hair, because he's not like a stylist,
See, he does it for free. All right. Usually, okay, now you're getting your hair cut other places, right? So how much is a haircut?
I haven't gone just to get a haircut, because I get a cut and color. And
Right.
How much was that?
Yeah.
It was like 120.
Yeah.
Okay, so Liz, how much do you usually spend on a haircut?
A haircut is around 60.
60.
And then cut and color about 130.
I overheard Liz say something.
Yeah.
She said $45 for a man's haircut is too much. 60 here for Liz. 120 for Ninja.
Look.
And by golly, us guys can't do anything but a $20 haircut?
Do you get your hair layered?
They do something up there.
You get your hair layered.
They do something. I don't know what they do.
Do you get bangs?
No. Look, I
Okay.
spike it all up with goop and stuff.
They use clippers, though, right?
On the
Typically?
sides, and
Okay.
then she cuts along the top.
Do you think they use clippers on Ninja's hair, my hair?
That's got nothing to do with this.
And not that.
$60 for a haircut. But
Yes.
but her son cannot get a $45 haircut.
No, I'm willing to go 35. I'm willing to do 35.
Willing to go
45
35.
was.
What? Oh, yeah.
Woo! No, sorry.
My wife allows me to go to the place where they rub your temples and you sit in a chair that gives you a massage.
Yeah. And the hot towel.
Yeah, that's almost 30.
Yeah, that's what my son came home. He was like, they use the hot towel and everything.
That's great.
So I don't even get the hot towel.
That's worth $70.
It is?
I
You would
think
pay
so.
$70 for the hot towel treatment?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm going to cosmetology school. Goodness. I'll
8
bring you a
o'clock.
hot towel tomorrow. I want to check.
Doug, who has no hair, how about the news?
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I mean, just the price of a haircut between a guy and a lady. So different. But yet, I'm just going to speak for a guy, okay? Why is it we get a $15 haircut and then Liz goes out and says, it's okay to get a $60 haircut, but not my husband?
You know what? If he wanted to, maybe okay. I just don't see it because they don't have
Oh,
to
wait
do
a minute,
a
wait a
lot.
minute. So Joey can now, but your son cannot?
Well, that was
'Cause you
Joey's
did-
words.
Oh, that was
Joey
words.
said, "Why is
Okay.
he paying $45 for a haircut?"
And then you agreed.
Well, I was like, "Well, it's a little pricey. Yeah, it is a little pricey."
You
know.
should see the texts that are coming in right now.
Yes, Victoria said, "I pay $20 for a haircut. That's for her. It's cut wash, and that includes the tip. Her husband with the tip pays $20. Yeah, so they're about the same. They keep it fairly even in their family.
See?
Okay.
It's good. See?
Well,
Proving the
I
point.
want to find out where she goes because, she can get it for $20. Diane said, though, her husband does not have enough hair for $45. She doesn't think he doesn't have
But
much
you
hair.
love him.
Yes, but she said he does. He is worth the $30 to $35 that where he goes because they use the hot towel treatment and the massage.
I think we go to the same place.
Yeah, I think you do too. But she said to what Rob said, it is worth a woman who has thick hair like I do to pay more.
No, you're comparing to your husband now.
I mean,
That's
okay.
what Diane, you're comparing your husband, right?
Yes, but my husband Joey has not as near as much hair as I do.
I have thick hair.
My hair's, but it.
Careful.
No, you do.
Okay.
You do, but not as much as I do, right?
Carol's here at 800-447-7234. What's it about your husband, Carol?
He gets his done for under 15.
But what do you pay, Carol?
I don't go.
You don't get a haircut?
No.
She uses a Flowbee.
A what?
A Flowbee.
What's a Flowbee?
Wait a minute. Okay.
What?
Sorry, Carol. Ninja just asked.
What's a
What's a
Flowbee?
You don't know what a Flowbee? You've never seen the commercials on television for a Flowbee?
Well, come on. Those are back in the 90s.
Oh, no, they're still out there. Infomercial type stuff. No? Ninja?
I have no idea.
What are you, Googling it? You're looking on it on Google.
Somehow it acts like a vacuum cleaner and a weed eater all at the same time, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it's an attachment on the end of the hose of your vacuum cleaner, and then you cut your hair with it. It just and sucks it right in. It's a Flowbee. George Clooney, the actor, uses a Flowbee.
Uses a Flowbee.
He declares it.
Yeah, he could be one of those guys to pay $400 for a haircut, does not do it.
No.
She asked what a Flowbee is.
You should try it, Ninja.
I need to go sit down.
What are you? Without words?
Without words.
Okay, well, that's a Flowbee. There you go.
Wow.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Talking about the difference between the cost of haircuts between a guy and a lady. Like, for instance, Jake, one of our producers, how much, dude?
I said, including tips, $25 for this haircut.
25
Okay,
bucks.
so probably a $5 tip
And
on
Jake,
top of that.
I'd say Jake has thick hair.
He does.
Yeah?
And
I
it's wavy, or would you consider it curly? In between.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a wavy curl.
Yeah.
So, see, 25 bucks. Thick hair.
At my salon, $60 if I want a haircut, but there is a stylist that charges $125 for the haircuts that he does.
Really?
Yeah.
It must be good.
He is very
You should do my hair.
very good.
I'll pay 20.
Well, Jennifer texted and said, as a hairstylist, the difference in cost is because of the time it takes to blow dry and style. So it's not just all about the cut.
Well, Jake has styling hair. How
He
long does it
does.
take to blow dry your hair, Jake?
I don't actually blow dry. I air dry it.
Well, what about at
Ooh.
okay, you do that. But what about when you get your hair cut? Do they blow dry it?
Nope, we just air dry it.
You just
It's
wash
air
and
dry.
go. Wow.
Okay.
Okay. So, and then Gary said, you know what you just don't need to do? Put a bowl on your head and cut around it.
Well, you do that when they're kids.
I know you do.
Right?
Absolutely.
Just like that. Okay, so Linda, what is it about your granddaughter? What were you saying?
She paid $300 for a cut and color on a head of hair like a lion. I almost had a stroke.
Right? $300.
Wow. I've got the thickest hair my hairstylist has ever worked on. $300. That girl must
She
have.
said that? Surely. I've seen thicker hair than yours.
Are you dissing me this morning?
No, that's not
I
a
have
diss.
my
You cannot
mother-
be the only one on the planet.
A hairstylist when I was a kid had very harsh, not good words to say to my mother when I was a kid.
Really?
Because, yeah, she had to cut my hair.
How do you feel today? Hop up on the couch. How do you feel today? How does that make you feel?
Well, when I think back on it,